Hello my dear students in grade 9. How are you today? I hope you enjoyed last session regarding the vocabulary, and I hope also that you studied them all well and had enough exercises on them. The bad news is that we are still in Unit 2, Books and Reading, but the good news that we are going to finish it today. Our main target today is the grammar part. But you need to focus and hold a piece of paper as usual to write some notes after me. Okay? So, open your book, page 7, and let's start. The grammar section. Countable and uncountable nouns. As a warming up, we are going to just review countable and uncountable nouns before we start talking about the title of our grammar, okay? Here, countable nouns. I read a story every day. I like reading stories, okay? The word story in singular, stories in plural, it is a countable noun. So story is a countable noun because we can use it in singular and plural. And the countable noun, okay, are things that we can count them. So we can say one story, two stories, okay, like banana, two bananas, and so on. My advice to you is, if you want to know the word, if it's countable or not countable, use a number before it, okay? So easily we can say two stories, so it is countable. Examples of countable noun, as we agreed that the word it comes in singular and the plural form. So in the regular plural form, we add s, apple, apples, car, cars, pen, pens, and so on. But sometimes we add es to the most nouns that end in an o, like tomato, tomatoes, potato, potatoes. And we add s to the nouns that end with o in such cases. Radio, radios, photo, photos. Here, irregular nouns in singular form and plural form, like the word child, children, man, men, ox, oxen. The other words like foot, feet, goose, geese, tooth, teeth. All of them are countable nouns, but you need to write them in the right form of plural when we use them. Some other words, they have no change, like deer, deer, fish, fish, means, offspring, offspring. Offspring means the baby of any kind of animal, okay? Cereals, cereals, sheep, sheep, species, species, okay? Uncountable nouns. I eat rice every day. I like rice. The word rice here, it's an uncountable noun. As you see, we cannot count the rice, and even we cannot use number before it, so it is uncountable noun. The uncountable noun has only one form, and are things we cannot count, as I said. We cannot say one rice or two rice, and also we need to use singular verb after it. Other examples: ink, information, sugar, water, milk. In general, we cannot count the gas or the liquid or seeds. Okay? So if the word in the form of those categories, you cannot count them. And now, let's move to the main part and the title of the grammar for today, which is quantifiers. After revising the countable and uncountable words, and we can define them easily, we need to use quantifiers before them. What do I mean of quantifiers? They are the words which are used before a noun to show the amount of it, like the word little, few, a lot of, many, much, any, lots of, and some. Here I have the table to show you the quantifier and its meaning, and when can we use it, okay, if it's for the countable noun or if it's for the uncountable Noun. Like the word little, little means small, okay? And it is used for uncountable. The word few, okay, also means small, okay, or slight, but it is used for countable. A lot of for both countable and uncountable, because you are going to see or observe here that we have some words that come with both countable and uncountable. The word many is for countable, okay, much for uncountable, any for both of them, lots for both of them, and some for both of them. Okay, and I'm going to give you in the next slide examples using all of them, okay? And now, if you want to compare the quantities, we have here derived words from the quantifier to use them while comparing quantities. Comparative form, we use more than. More here is derived from much and many, and it's for countable and uncountable. The word less with than is derived from little, and it's for uncountable. The word fewer, it is derived from few, and we use it for countable. While comparing quantities, forming superlatives, so we are going to use those words. The most, okay, derived from much, many, and more. The most, and it comes before the countable and uncountable word. The word least, or the least, okay, it is derived from little also, but in the separative form for uncountable. The word fewest, it's derived from few, and we use it before countable. So you need to memorize well the quantifier words, okay, and be careful while using them, because you need to focus on the word if it is countable or uncountable before put your word or quantifier word. Okay, now let's move to this part, which is a grammar box from your book. In brief, okay, I'm going to read it for you, using comparative and superlative for comparison. Okay, few, fewer, the fewest, little, less, and least. Here we have some examples when we are talking about students. Few students read magazines, so we use the word few, okay, before the word students, because it is countable. So few students read magazines. For the other part, little and less, there is little water in the lake because it's very dry this year, okay, so we used the word little before the word water. Comparative and superlative, as we mentioned before, I have got fewer books than you, you have got less meat than I have. For the superlative, forms are the fewest and the least. Class 4 has the fewest students, the bottle has the least water. I'm going to give you extra example next slide, just to show you some things you need to focus before answering exercise. The children have some free time, so here the word some, it comes for countable and uncountable word, but it comes in the affirmative sentences, and we can use it while offering, okay, things. Would you like some cake? Like this. The word any, do you have any ice cream left? I don't have any money today. As you see, we use the word any, okay, in the interrogative form and in the negative form of the sentence. And also we can use it for countable and uncountable words. There is a lot of cars in the street. I have a lot of time to answer your question. The word a lot of or lots of can be used in affirmative sentences for countable and uncountable. I have fewer books than Ali. We can give the same meaning of the sentence, but be careful with the quantifier, because if we want to start with Ali, we need to modify the quantifier to give the same meaning, okay? And it happens in the rewrite questions. So Ali has more books than me, okay? We change it fewer to more to give the same meaning. I have less money than Dina. Dina has more money than me. Class 4 has the fewest students. The fewest students. The bottle has the least water, okay, and we mentioned this example before. I want a book with fewer pages than this. There is little water in the lake because it was very dry this year. I have got less meat than I have. The bottle has less water or the least water. I don't have much time, and if I need to give the same meaning, okay, using the word little, it will be like this: I have little time to read. I hope now that you are ready for the exercise. The first type of exercise here is MCQ. You can pause the video and answer the exercise, and then you can justify your answer with me later. How information do you have? The word information here, it's uncountable, so we need to use a correct quantifier with it, which is much. We have work done yesterday. The word work here, it's uncountable, so we have less work than yesterday. How many did you buy last week? We have here the word many, so we need to choose a word that is countable. Like pies. How many pies did you buy last week? The students with the mistakes will get the best results. Pay attention here, because the word mistakes, it's countable, so we can use the word fewest or most, okay, but the meaning here forces me to choose the word fewest, okay, because the students with the fewest mistakes will get the best results. Amal has got money than Iman. Money, it is an uncountable word, so we are going to use the word less. Do you know the animal with the teeth? The word teeth, as we mentioned, it's countable, and we have the article the, so the answer is fewest. There are 2 people on the boat. It's going to sink. It happens again here. The word people, it can take the word many or few, but the meaning forces me to use the word many. Okay? Students in our school have visited England. Few students. How many are there in the table? How many apples? People often drink water in hot weather than when it's cold. So pay attention, because you can use the word more or less, but the meaning forces me to use the word more. Okay? Justify your answer and you check your score. Okay, good. Let's move to other type of exercise, which is rewrite. Rewrite the following sentences. Ali has fewer books than Mona. I have got many friends. Not many people like films. I don't have much time to read. How much tea do you drink daily? Okay, you need to write the sentences, but be sure that you are giving the same meaning. And as usual, you can pause the video and write down your own answers, then justify with me. Okay? The first one. Ali has fewer books than Mona. Use more. We are going to start with Mona to give the right meaning. Mona has more books than Ali. Number 2. I have got many friends. Use the word few. So you are going to make the negative to give the right meaning. I don't have few friends. Not many people like films. Start with few. Few, it equals not many. So few people like films. I don't have much time to read. To use the word little, make the affirmative. I have little time to read. Okay? The last one, and the last one is very tricky. How much tea do you drink daily? Use the word many and keep it as it is as a question. So we need to convert the word tea into a countable, okay, thing to use the word many. Easily, any liquid, put it in a container, okay, like cup, bucket, and so on. So we're going to say, how many cups of tea do you drink daily? Okay, good. I think now you are ready to use the quantifiers in the right way. But before I leave you, I need just to draw your attention to some words that can be used as countable or uncountable. It's according to the context or the meaning of the sentence, like the word hair, and we all know the meaning of the word hair. But if we need to say there are 2 hairs in my coffee, in this situation we can use the word hair as a countable noun, and we can use 2 hairs. But if we are talking about the hair in general, I don't have much hair. Okay, the other one, light, there are 2 lights in our bedroom. Okay, it means that you have 2 bulbs or something like that. But if you are talking about the daylight, okay, or the sunlight, so the word light, it will not be countable anymore. Close the curtain, there is too much light. The other one, the word noise, I thought I hear the noise. Okay, there's something outside, a noise. But in general, it's difficult to work when there is too much noise. Okay, the word paper, have you got a paper to read? Here, if you count the word paper, you mean that you are talking about the newspaper. But paper as a material or raw material, you cannot count it, so I want to draw a picture. Have you got some paper? Okay. Room, our house has 7 rooms. Okay, and it's clear. But if you need to use the word room to give the meaning of space, okay, it will be uncountable. Is there room for me to sit here? Okay, good at. And the word time, they go swimming 3 or 4 times a week. Here, the word time as an occasion, but in general, for periods, minutes, seconds, years, and so on, we use the word time as an uncountable word. Have you got a time for coffee? Okay, let's move to the last one, which is work. Macbeth is one of the Shakespeare's greatest works. Okay, and work in general, okay, it's not countable word. When we say I have no money, I need work. Okay, good. I hope you enjoyed the session and the good full idea about using quantifiers, okay, before countable and uncountable words. Thanks a lot, okay, and don't forget to visit our LMS for extra exercise, and see you next inshallah in unit 3. Goodbye.